mother progressively keeps getting worse with Huntington's disease, and our scheduled day in court for me to become her legal guardian is here. The funny thing is that I am taking her to court to become her legal guardian, and I go pick her up and drive her there. I don't think she quite understands what's going on, but yet sometimes I think maybe she does. Dr. Ira Schulson comes and he is a witness, and I win guardianship. So I make the hard decision with my sisters to have her put into a long-term care facility. It's the best thing for all of us. Every time my wife hears police sirens or a fire engine, she's nervous. It's my mother out on the streets. The calls, the worry of her catching herself or the apartment on fire or just getting hurt.
So first question for Erica. What are the beginning steps of gaining guardianship for someone who needs it?
So you definitely want to start with your healthcare team. You want to gain as much information as possible on especially your own day-to-day life, but also with what they are experiencing, what they're seeing, what she has as far as a medical record, because it's a process where you're literally going to a court and saying, like, I need to have ownership of this person. I need to be able to take this person's rights away and make their medical and financial decisions. So it's not it's not an easy process to just walk up and go, I need guardianship. So it is, I definitely recommend communicating that with your team. If you have an HD team or just healthcare professional in general. And it's different state to state. So it can be guardianship, it can be called conservatorship. And usually it begins with an application to petition to the state's court. So I do recommend that on the AmericanBar.org, you'll be able to go to your state, and on that website, you'll be able to actually look into it. You'll be able to see your state's guardianship packet and the specific instructions on how to go forward with that process. And then on hdreach.org, we also have a little snapshot of guardianship as well, and starting that process and what that would look like. But it's not something that happens overnight. It does cost a little bit of money. Sometimes there is some local supports that can help with the cost, but that starts with a petition to the court.
Thank you, Erica. And I'm going to let you go on. We're 1 minute out from the high panel. So if we can, unfortunately, we just have one more video. So we almost did it. So.
Cognitively, do you think this mother was aware of what was happening, or a sign of okay.
There's an
S in there. It's always the S that trips me up. So I say anagnosia, but there's an S in there somewhere.
Yes, anosognosia. So very common in HD.
Right.
Not sure if the mom in court would know what's going on, but that there are probably many issues related to that, including anosognosia.
And just real quickly, just start a paper trail. So write down in something, she didn't pay her bill and this was shut off. There's a safety issue here. Start putting together a journal of all these things so you can present that at court as well as to the healthcare team. That can be really helpful.
Great. And last question on this one. When people need to, have guardianship, is it typically because of cognitive symptoms or psychiatric symptoms that you see most?
It could be both.
Anyway.
Yeah, it could be both. It just depends on the severity of this. If somebody is if they're not safe, they're not able to take care of themselves, and they're a danger to themselves or others, it could be for either of those symptoms.